Hi everybody, Jenny Marples here, welcoming you back to my YouTube channel. I've got a brand new junk journal to share with you today. First up, thank you to everybody who left lovely likes and some really nice comments on my previous junk journals. If you haven't seen them yet, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and you can check those out. So today's journal is part of the current Frilly and Funky challenge, which is called Put On Your Inking Caps, and it's hosted by my amazing teammate Kathy Clement. It's sponsored by the Funky Junkie Boutique, and you'll see that there's a link below to that challenge, so make sure you check it out. All of the team were lucky enough to be given some die cuts from Eileen Hull's brand new journal die. This is part of a HeARTfelt collection which has been released through Sizzix and should be hitting your stores right now. We all had great fun creating our own journals, and mine very much took an Oriental theme to it. I was inspired by the Cherry Blossom Festival which has recently taken place in Japan. So taking you through first of all the cover itself. As the name of the challenge would suggest, we were all expected to use inks and paints rather than using pattern papers to colour the fronts of our journals. So I worked with a number of different paints. They're all distress colours: cracked pistachio, worn lipstick, fired brick, iced spruce, and I've also included some vintage photo throughout, as well as some alcohol inks just to add some age to these. The cover itself has been given a couple of layers of paint, and you'll also see there's some watermarking here on the journal cover. That's done using some latte alcohol ink which I've then spritzed with water. And there's some texture paste here which has been put through the Blossom stencil, and then I've used the colours of paint that I mentioned before just to bring those to life. The central panel itself is a collage of different layers. There's some Oriental stamping included, there's some mulberry paper, corrugated card, a little lace, these metallic charms which come from the Funky Junkie Boutique, and the central panel itself there, it has been created using die cuts from Tim Holtz's Cityscapes collection. This one is Suburbia, and I've actually used just parts of some of the little designs themselves to create these wonderful little Oriental buildings, and of course they have their cherry blossom trees within the scene itself. Again, I used the latte alcohol ink on the panel at the back, which was initially white, just to give that some age, and then I've also used some clear embossing powder over the top. That was to protect the Distress Oxide inks that I used to colour the die cuts with. Onto the side, and you'll see that I have added some charms to the spine. Linda's boutique, the Funky Junkie Boutique, has a wonderful array of different brass charms. So I've included a little dragonfly here. You'll see there's a little arrow, and there's also a token which says live, laugh, love. And all of these have been highlighted with the cracked pistachio distress paint to bring them to life, and I've included some of the seam binding that Linda uses on her glassine packages when she adds little embellishments and little presents from the boutique. You'll see the closure itself, I have changed it up a bit this time. Rather than going from side to side, I've gone from top to bottom using the elastic and the closures which come within the journal die itself, so that this can easily be flipped out and held flat to make opening up your journal that much easier. Inside, now I have used pattern papers for the inside, but Kathy did okay that was fine to do. So I've used some papers from Tim Holtz Memoranda collection, which are some of my favourites. You'll see here that I've included for each of the three inserts a plaque which comes again as part of the die itself. So the first pages, I have included pockets and have a range of different types of papers, all of which have been tea dyed, and I have pockets with music, and then there's one of the Tim Holtz flashcards here, and also little tickets which I've included. They have been embossed using the matching Blossom embossing folder which comes from Sizzix. Again, there's little pockets here, little tuck spots, which I'm sure everyone is familiar with, so that you can slip tags and ephemera in. Plenty of spaces to include your journaling through flip out pages here. I folded a large envelope in half and cut on both sides to create 2 pockets. The first of which on this side has some Oriental stamping and also includes room to slip in an aged postcard, ideal for recording information. This particular stamp is one of a collection of 3 that came from my husband's trips to Japan. So it was lovely to be able to use that. And then you'll see that there's a tab here, which is again part of Eileen's journal die shapes. Moving forward, we've got a pocket here, a great place to be able to slip tags and ephemera in there. And then there's a bespoke little tag here cut from the same design papers, which I've then included in a little lace pocket here. And we have another tuck spot included. And over to this side you'll see some lace on this particular tuck spot here. This lace is Venice lace, which Linda stocks in the Funky Junkie boutique. It comes white, as does a lot of her lace, which means that it's then ideal for staining to match your projects. We have more tea stained papers here. The central panel, as ever, is kept complete. There's the more of that Japanese stamping, so there's plenty of room to record thoughts. There is a little photo mat here, double-sided, within that pocket, and another tuck spot here, and then a fun little inclusion here which I've seen a number of YouTubers do, which is to create somewhere to store secret memories. So this flips up, and the graph paper, again, all of which has been stained underneath, can be tucked away within the die cuts at the bottom to keep that secure. More pockets here, and more of that stamping, more pages, another of these tuck spots, again using some lace. And then moving through, I have created some unique tags to go with each of these inserts, using the same inks as on the cover, so the same 4 colours and the Distress Oxides. This one, as you can see, says "And so the adventure begins," and they are both coloured, double-sided to match, and very easy to slip within that little music paper packet. And you'll see here there's another tuck spot here, just in case you decide to flip that out and add a larger piece of ephemera. It just stops it from falling out of that particular pocket. Final flip out pages on this insert, and then moving through to the back, where of course there's another tuck spot. The remaining pages are, or the remaining 2 inserts are very much of a similar makeup, so again with their pockets and tuck spots and flip outs. Again, plenty of space to add ephemera and journaling and anything else that you might want to. There we go. And you'll see that they're all secured with these elastic bands. I have used some quite chunky elastic on mine just to keep them nice and secure. And another of those flip outs, so plenty more places to be able to record thoughts and memories. More music paper, and don't be frightened to flip your music paper up or fold it up. You'll see here that the journal pages measure, for anyone in Europe and the UK, it's 21 centimetres. And for those in the US, you're looking at about 8 1/4 as the length of the pages, so pretty much standard Midori traveller notebook size. And if the pages are too long, then don't be frightened just to fold them up to create pockets like this. Here's another of those bespoke tags. Creativity is seeing what everyone else has seen and thinking what no one else has thought. More flip out, another of the tuck spots, and then the final insert, again similar design, another of the pockets, and tuck spots, flip out pages, pockets with a postcard and more stamping, and more little tags here. You'll see the metallic elements that have been die cut. I have created using Tim Holtz's metallic craft core cardstock, which I have aged by using sandpaper on a little, and then I've used black soot distress paint and rubbed that away, and then added some potting soil. Archive a link over the top just to bring back that lovely gold metallic colour to it. More lace, and that central page again with the stamping included. Some more lined paper, another photo mat, another tuck spot, another of those flip out notebooks, another pocket here, more lace trim, and the final bespoke tag here, no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart, and that's included within that pocket. The final pages here, maximising room for people to write memories and thoughts, and then of course a final tuck spot here. And of course you'll remember from previous videos, if you've seen them, that all of these inserts are in traditional traveller notebook style, removable, so that you can record information on a flat surface before inserting the back into the journal. They've also been hand stitched using wax thread just to make sure that they're lovely and secure, and it's easy enough to slip those in. And then there are, through the actual ties at the bottom, there is plenty of room still to be able to add other little pieces in, which you can do. So closing up finally, and that is the completed journal, and you'll see on the back here again more of that stenciling and more of the watermarking. And yes, I do like to create very large journals which are quite full with their pages, so yeah. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look through that particular junk journal with me. Don't forget that my teammates have also been having great fun with this journal die, so do check out their projects over at the Frilly and Funky Challenge. As I said, there's a link below to that. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this particular video. And if you want to check out more about this project and the supplies that I've used, hop on over to my blog, which is pushingtherightbuttons.blogspot.com, and I'll list all of the projects and links there so that you can find out more. Okay, thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you soon.